Heartland fans, get ready because big news just dropped. The date we have been waiting for is finally here. After months of guessing, wondering, and checking for updates every single day, we now know when Season 20 is coming to our screens. This is the moment fans have been asking about since Season 19 ended. So stay with me till the end because I am going to walk you through everything: the release date, what it means for us, and where you can watch it. Let's get right into it. For a long time, fans did not know when Heartland Season 20 would come out. There were guesses, rumors, and a lot of waiting. But now the wait is finally over. Heartland Season 20 is set to premiere on Sunday, October 4th, 2026. This is a huge moment for fans who have followed the Fleming Bartlett family for so many years. If you remember, Season 19 wrapped up its run on CBC in 2025. And after that, fans were left with a lot of questions. Would there be another season? Would the story continue? Well, now we have our answer, and it feels amazing to finally say it out loud. This new season will air on CBC and CBC Gem, which is where Heartland has always found its home in Canada. If you're in Canada, this is where you will be able to watch new episodes as they come out. For fans outside of Canada, the wait might be a little longer since Heartland usually takes time to reach platforms like Netflix or UpTV in other countries. In the past, seasons have taken close to a year to show up on Netflix in the United States. So if you're watching from outside Canada, you may need a bit of patience before Season 20 reaches you. Now let's talk about why this date matters so much. October means the show is sticking to its usual pattern. Heartland has almost always come back in the fall, and this keeps that tradition alive. For longtime fans, this feels comforting because it means the show is staying true to what has always worked. There is something special about knowing that every fall, we get to return to the ranch, catch up with the horses, and see what the Fleming Bartlett family is going through. This release date also gives us something to look forward to. It is not just a random date on a calendar. It is the moment when a new chapter begins for Amy, for the ranch, and for everyone who has grown to love this story over the years. Whether you have been watching since Season 1 or you just started, this date is one to mark down, because Heartland is coming back, and it is coming back soon. While fans were busy waiting and guessing, something exciting was already happening far away from the cameras and the spotlight. Season 20 was quietly being built, piece by piece, long before any announcement was made. Production officially started on May 12, 2026, in Calgary, Alberta. This is the same beautiful area where Heartland has always been filmed. With those wide open skies and the mountains sitting quietly in the background, filming ran all the way through August 30th, 2026. That means the cast and crew spent months out in the fields, on the ranch sets, and around the horses, working long days to bring this new season to life. If you think about it, that is almost 4 full months of work just to create the episodes we are about to watch. Every scene, every conversation between characters, every ride across the land, all of it was shot during this window. What makes this timeline interesting is how normal it feels for the show. Heartland has followed this same kind of schedule for years now. Filming usually begins in spring and wraps up by late summer, which then leads into a fall premiere. This pattern has become part of what makes the show feel steady and reliable. Fans know that spring means filming, summer means editing, and fall means new episodes. Season 20 is simply continuing that same rhythm. There is also something comforting in knowing that the people behind this show, the crew, the writers, the actors, are still showing up every year to keep this story going. After almost 2 decades on air, that kind of commitment says a lot. It is not easy to keep a show running this long. Yet the team behind Heartland keeps finding ways to bring fresh stories while still holding on to what fans love most. Once filming wrapped at the end of August, the next stage began: editing, sound work, music, and putting all the pieces together so it can be ready for October. This part of the process usually happens quietly, away from public eyes, but it plays a huge role in how the final episodes look and feel once they reach our screens. So while we wait for October, just know that a lot of work has already gone into making sure Season 20 feels just as strong as the seasons before it. Now let's get into the part everyone loves the most: guessing what might happen next. Since nothing about the actual story has been confirmed yet, this section is all about what fans are hoping for and talking about online. So keep in mind, none of this is official. It is just what people are saying and thinking as they wait for more news. One of the biggest topics fans keep bringing up is Amy and Nathan. Their relationship has been building for a while now, and a lot of viewers are wondering if this is the season where things finally move forward between them. Some fans think a wedding could be coming, while others believe there might be a few more bumps in the road before that happens. Either way, this seems to be the storyline people care about the most right now. Another thing fans keep asking is whether this could be the final season of the show. Heartland has been on air for a very long time, and every year there are people wondering if the story is close to wrapping up. Right now, there is no confirmation that this is the end, so try not to worry too much about that. It is just something fans bring up naturally after a show has been running for so many years. There is also a lot of talk about the ranch itself and what challenges the family might face this time. Over the years, the show has dealt with things like financial struggles, weather problems, and family disagreements. Fans are guessing that season 20 might bring a new version of these same kinds of challenges. Since that has always been a big part of what makes the show feel real and relatable, some viewers are also wondering about the horses and if we might see a new horse story this season. Since that has always been such a big part of what makes Heartland special. Amy's connection with horses has been at the heart of the show since the very beginning, so it would not be surprising if this continues to be a major focus. Again, all of this is just fan talk for now. Nothing here is confirmed, but it does show how much people care about this story and how excited they are to see where it goes next, when a show has been running for as long as Heartland has. One of the biggest questions fans always have is about the people who bring these characters to life. So let's talk a little about the cast and what we can expect going into this new season. Amber Marshall has played Amy Fleming since the very beginning, and she remains the heart of this entire show. Her journey has been the center of almost every major storyline, from her connection with horses to her personal relationships. It is safe to say that wherever the story goes next, Amy will still be right there leading the way. Alongside her, fans expect to see the familiar faces that make up the Fleming Bartlett family. This show has always been about more than just one character. It is about the whole family and how they support each other through hard times. Over the years, viewers have grown attached to these relationships, watching them grow, argue, forgive, and stand by one another no matter what happens. Now, since official cast details for season 20 have not been fully shared yet, this part is a little harder to predict with full certainty. But based on how the show has worked in the past, fans can expect most of the core family members to return, since they are such a big part of what makes Heartland feel like home. It would be unusual for such a long-running show to make major cast changes without some kind of announcement, so unless we hear otherwise, it is safe to assume familiar faces will be back on our screens. There is also a bit of curiosity from fans about whether we might see any new characters join the story this season. New characters have come and gone over the years, sometimes bringing fresh energy or new conflict into the family's world. If season 20 follows that same pattern, we might see someone new step into the picture, even if just for a short time. At the end of the day, this cast is what makes the story feel alive. Watching these characters grow older, face new challenges, and still find their way back to each other is part of why so many people have stayed loyal to this show for so many years. As we get closer to October, more details about the cast will likely come out, and fans will be watching closely for any hints along the way. One of the most exciting parts of any new season is the moment the trailer finally drops. Right now, an official trailer for season 20 has not been released yet, but based on how Heartland has handled past seasons, we can get a good idea of what it might look like when it does arrive. Usually, Heartland trailers do not give away too much. They tend to focus on setting the mood rather than spoiling the story. You often see quick shots of the ranch, wide views of the mountains, horses running across open fields, and small emotional moments between family members. It is more about making you feel something than telling you exactly what is going to happen. Based on this pattern, fans can expect the season 20 trailer to lean heavily into that same emotional tone. There will likely be a mix of quiet, peaceful shots of the land, paired with short, tense moments that hint at conflict without fully explaining it. This is something the show has done well for years, giving just enough to make you curious, without ruining the surprise, since a lot of fan conversation right now is centered around Amy and Nathan. It would not be surprising if the trailer includes a small moment between them, just enough to spark reactions and get people talking online. Even a short glance or a quiet scene between the two of them would likely be enough to send fans into a wave of theories and discussions. Trailers for this show also tend to include quick flashes of new or returning characters, giving fans just a taste of who to expect this season. If there are any new faces joining the story, this would likely be the first place we get to see them, even if only for a second or two. Once the trailer does drop, you can expect a wave of reactions from the fan community almost right away. People will be pausing frames, rewatching clips, and picking apart every small detail to try and figure out what it means for the season ahead. That excitement is part of what makes being a Heartland fan so fun. The way a single trailer can spark so much conversation and anticipation. For now, all we can do is wait, but based on past seasons, it feels safe to say the trailer will bring that same warm, emotional feeling that has made this show so special for so many years. After talking about the release date, the filming process, the story guesses, the cast, and the trailer, it feels right to step back for a moment and talk about why this season really matters to so many people. Heartland is not just another show. For a lot of viewers, it has become something they grew up with, something they turn to when they need comfort, and something that has stayed with them through different chapters of their own lives. Think about how long this show has been running. Viewers who started watching as teenagers are now adults, some with families of their own, and they are still tuning in every fall to see what happens next. That kind of loyalty does not happen by accident. It happens because the show manages to feel real, even with all its ranch drama and horse stories. The struggles the Fleming Bartlett family goes through often feel close to real life, whether it is dealing with loss, love, family disagreements, or simply trying to hold everything together during hard times. Season 20 carries extra weight because of how long the show has lasted. Reaching this many seasons is rare for any series, and it says a lot about how much people still care about these characters and their journey. For a lot of fans, watching Heartland has become part of a yearly routine, almost like checking in with old friends every autumn. There is also something comforting about a show that keeps coming back, season after season, without losing what made it special in the first place. In a world where shows often get cancelled after just a season or two, Heartland has managed to stay strong for almost 2 decades. That alone makes season 20 feel like something worth celebrating. As the release date gets closer, it is natural for excitement to build. Fans will keep talking, guessing, and sharing their hopes for where the story goes next. And when October finally arrives, all of that waiting will turn into the simple joy of sitting down and watching a new season of a show that has meant so much to so many people for so long. As we reach the end of this video, let's bring everything together. We now know that Heartland Season 20 is set to arrive on October 4, 2026, on CBC and CBC Gem, marking the return of a show that has meant so much to so many people for almost 2 decades. Filming took place over the spring and summer in Calgary, Alberta. Following the same steady pattern the show has always used to bring new episodes to life every fall. While the full story details are still under wraps, fans have plenty to look forward to. From possible movement in Amy and Nathan's relationship, to new challenges on the ranch, to the return of familiar faces who have become like family to viewers over the years. And once that trailer finally drops, you can expect it to carry that same warm, emotional feeling that has made this show stand out for so long. What makes this moment special is not just the new season itself, but everything it represents. A show that has lasted this long, with fans who have stayed loyal through every high and low, is rare. Season 20 is not just another chapter. It is proof that this story still matters to people, and that the connection between viewers and this family has not faded over time. So, as we count down the days until October, take a moment to think about what this show has meant to you. Maybe it is the comfort of watching it with family, or the way it reminds you of simpler times, or just how much you have grown attached to these characters over the years. Whatever the reason, that connection is what keeps a show like this alive season after season. Before you go, let us know in the comments what you are most excited about for season 20. Are you hoping for a wedding, a new horse story, or just more time with the family at the ranch? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it and subscribe so you do not miss any updates as more news comes out. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I will see you in the next one.